Wait, stop scrolling for a second. Have you ever wondered what your real self sounds like? Yeah, not the version you show online, not the one you hide behind, but the one that speaks when no one's looking. Nah, imagine someone secretly recorded your voice while you were praying, and what they heard will shock you. Crazy, right? Like your deepest thoughts, your fears, your honesty, all caught on tape. Oh, it's not just a recording, it's a mirror. A mirror that shows who you really are. And trust me, what comes next will make your heart race, your mind spin, and your perspective flip completely. Stay with me. Don't skip. Because every second you listen, every pause you feel, it's speaking directly to you. Yeah, you, the one who's brave enough to face the truth. And hey, leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your experiences. I want to hear you. You're part of this, part of the journey. And you deserve to witness, to feel what happens when truth is exposed. Raw, real, uncensored. They say silence hides the loudest screams. But what if someone pressed record? You never think about it, do you? The sound of your own voice when you're not pretending, when there's no mask, no audience, just you whispering the truth you're too afraid to say out loud. Someone recorded your voice while you were praying. Oh, imagine that. Every breath, every tremble, every moment, you thought no one was watching, but someone was. And now they know how real you are when the world disappears. The moment you hear it, something breaks. It's not just a sound. It's a mirror made of noise. Every word you whispered crawls back through the speaker and sits in front of you, waiting, watching, judging. You sound small, not weak. No, not that, but raw, like the sound of someone standing on the edge between fear and faith in themselves. You realize how rarely you ever talk like that, how fake your voice has become when people are around. Every day you've been performing, pretending strength, pretending peace, pretending control. But that recording? Nah, that's the truth you keep buried under layers of performance. And that truth, it doesn't flatter you. It exposes you. You can hear the breaks between your words, the way you pause before saying what really matters. You can feel how heavy your silence is, how much you hide behind it. The world taught you to polish your voice, but this recording, this one, they caught you before the mask could settle. Oh, that realization cuts deep. You thought you were pure in your intention, but even then, your voice shakes like it's begging not to be heard. What were you afraid of? The silence? The honesty? Or yourself? The more you listen, the more you remember. Every mistake, every time you said you'd change but didn't, every promise you made in secret, then betrayed in daylight. It's all there, layered between the breaths. It's not what you said, it's what you meant. Your words sound like confessions carved out of guilt and hope, fighting for space in one fragile body. You start to wonder if someone else heard it. What would they think? Would they hear a person trying to rise or someone still sinking slowly in their own excuses? You pause the recording. Your hands shake. The air feels heavier, like the walls are holding their breath too. For the first time, you realize how loud the truth is when it's naked. Oh yeah, it's not a sound you can ignore. It's not something you can delete or edit. It clings to you like smoke after a fire that's burned too long, and you start to think. Maybe that's what your soul sounds like when it's cornered. Not desperate, just honest. And honesty, it hurts, because it doesn't ask for permission. You play it again, slower this time. You listen past the words, deep into the silence between them. That silence, oh, that silence. It's not empty, it's alive. It's the space where all your fears hide, where your thoughts crawl back to their roots. You start to understand, this isn't just your voice being recorded. It's your sincerity being exposed. The part of you that still believes in becoming better, even when no one's clapping for you. Every time you hear yourself speak, it feels like a confrontation, like you're facing a version of yourself that refuses to stay quiet anymore. You sound broken, but in that brokenness, there's something unfiltered, something brave, because only someone real can sound that raw. Only someone still fighting can sound that close to surrender. The truth is, your recorded voice isn't weak. It's the sound of your heart before it builds walls again. It's the proof that you're still trying, still breathing, still hoping that your words mean something when they echo into the dark. And that's when it hits you. Someone recorded your voice while you were praying. But maybe, just maybe, you were the one who needed to hear it. Maybe the universe was trying to show you what your truth really sounds like when you stop pretending. Maybe this isn't exposure, it's awakening. Because what if that recording wasn't meant to shame you? The truth doesn't whisper, it leaks. You thought it was just your voice being recorded. But when you play it again, when you really listen, there's something else. Beneath the trembling words, beneath the air you pull in like you're trying not to drown, it's another sound, faint, strange, almost alive. Oh, it's not outside you, it's inside. It's the sound of everything you've been hiding for years. Regret, fear, hope, the weight of every time you said you'd do better but didn't. You hear it now, clearer than ever. It's quiet but sharp, like truth sharpening its own blade in the dark. You freeze. Because that sound, it's familiar. You've heard it before, haven't you? Late at night when everything is still and your mind starts whispering things you don't want to face. It's the voice that asks why you quit so easily, why you act tough in daylight, but break the moment silence walks in. That's what's been recorded. Not your words, your condition, your truth without filters. Oh yeah, that realization burns. Because once you hear that sound, you can't unhear it. It changes how you look at yourself. It makes every excuse feel smaller, every fake smile feel heavier. You keep listening. Each replay pulls you deeper. And the deeper you go, the more you realize it's not just guilt that's speaking. It's longing, a deep, aching hunger to be clean again. Not perfect, just real. You can hear it between the lines, the way your breath catches when you speak, the way your tone drops when you reach something raw. That's not weakness. That's honesty, trying to claw its way out. It's the battle between who you are and who you said you'd be. And it's loud now. Nah, you can't escape it anymore. It's strange, isn't it? How you spend so long trying to hide from yourself, only to be exposed by your own voice. You start to understand the real enemy isn't outside. It's that quiet, comfortable self that keeps saying, you've done enough. That self is poison wrapped in calm words. And this recording, it's the antidote, because it doesn't let you lie anymore. It drags you face to face with the version of you that's still unfinished, still building, still searching for strength that doesn't collapse under pressure. You close your eyes. The voice echoes again, but this time it doesn't hurt. It feels like truth taking its first breath after being buried too long. You start to see that maybe this was never about being recorded at all. Maybe it was about being reminded that the real work doesn't happen when people are watching. It happens when no one hears you but the air itself. When your words are stripped of performance, and what remains is just sincerity. Oh wow, that's what the sound underneath is. It's the proof that somewhere in the noise, your heart is still trying to speak straight. You sit there for a long moment, listening, breathing, accepting. You realize the real question isn't who recorded me anymore. It's who was I when it happened. Because if the voice was honest, then maybe it's not something to erase, but something to answer. The scariest sound in the world isn't a scream. It's your own voice waking up. You play the recording again. This time not to remember, but to confront. The sound hits different now. It's not an echo anymore. It's a challenge. The same words, but sharper, heavier. Like they've been waiting for you to finally stop hiding behind silence. Oh wow, the air feels electric. You can almost hear your old self breathing through those pauses. That fragile version of you who used to talk about strength but never stayed long enough to build it. That voice was begging for discipline, begging for change, begging for you to grow up and finally take yourself seriously. You sit there, still, feeling every vibration crawl through your chest. You don't want to admit it, but this is the moment everything starts shifting. Because once you've heard your truth, you can't go back to pretending. It's like waking up in a room you thought was safe, only to realize you've been locked in your comfort all along. Yeah, it's terrifying, but necessary. You start seeing how comfort has been tricking you, feeding you easy lies while stealing your strength in silence. You think back to all those nights you said you'd change tomorrow, but tomorrow came and left quietly, carrying your excuses with it. The voice in the recording doesn't sound patient anymore. It sounds tired of waiting for you to mean what you say. You realize something deep. Your voice isn't just speaking words, it's measuring your honesty. Every pause exposes your limits. Every tremble marks where fear still owns you. That's the real confrontation, not with anyone else, but with the version of you that refuses to evolve. Oh nah, you can't fake this anymore. You can't call it strength when it's really delay. You can't call it peace when it's just escape. The voice on that recording has seen through your disguise. It's raw, direct, fearless in its weakness. That's what hits the hardest. Not that you sound fragile, but that you sound real. And reality, when faced fully, rebuilds you in ways comfort never can. You pause the playback. Silence again. But this time, it doesn't feel empty. It feels like a stage. Like something inside you has stepped forward. You whisper to yourself, no more pretending. The world doesn't need another person who talks about changing. It needs someone who does. You listen again, and this time, you speak over the recording. Not to erase it, but to answer it. Your tone doesn't shake. It's heavier now, more controlled. You can feel your words finding their place. You're not just hearing your old voice anymore. You're witnessing the birth of a new one. That's the power of being confronted by your own truth. It doesn't destroy you. It defines you. It teaches you that real transformation doesn't start when people believe in you. It starts when you finally stop lying to yourself. Oh, the same voice that once sounded broken now becomes your reminder that every scar can be rewritten into strength. You look at the device still recording, and something inside whispers, "Record again." Capture this moment, not to prove anything to others, but to hear how rebirth sounds, because the next time your voice plays back, it won't tremble. It will testify. Silence isn't empty. It's the loudest teacher. The recording stops. And now you sit in silence. Oh, it's heavier than you imagined. Not quiet, not calm, but tense. Like the air itself is waiting for you to make a choice. You feel it pressing against your chest. Your heartbeat pounds in rhythm with the pause. You realize this is the real test. Not the voice you heard, not the trembles or confessions, but what comes after. The silence demands attention. It asks the question no one else will. What will you do now? You look around. Everything seems sharper, clearer. You notice the small cracks in the walls, the dust in the corners, the weight of every unspoken word you've carried. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Almost unbearable. But that's exactly why it matters. Silence doesn't allow excuses. It doesn't care about fear or delay. It only waits for honesty. And deep down, you know you can't run from it anymore. Not when the recording proved that hiding doesn't save you. You feel the urge to speak, to move, to fill the void with noise, but oh nah, not yet. This silence is a test of patience. It's showing you where your mind wanders, where your heart hesitates. Every thought that rises is a mirror. Every pause is a truth about yourself. You start to understand true strength isn't in sound, it's in control, in presence, in listening, not just hearing. The silence becomes a teacher, and for the first time you're ready to take notes. And in that stillness, you begin to feel it. A pulse beneath the tension, a rhythm that belongs to you alone. It's subtle, easy to miss, but it's there. The silence isn't just empty. It's preparing you for the next sound, the one you'll create. Wow. Every second that passes deepens the lesson. Your voice is powerful, but only when it rises from understanding, from control, from self-awareness. The recording was a spark. The silence after it, that's the fuel. You inhale slowly. You exhale. The air fills the space you've avoided. The silence sharpens your senses. Every word you will speak next will carry weight. Every intention will carry purpose. And you know, without doubt, that when you break this silence, it won't be just sound. It will be declaration. And whoa, did you feel that? The truth, raw, unfiltered, your own voice, facing itself. It's wild, right? Yeah. Now you know what really hides beneath the words you whisper when no one's listening. Nah, it's not just a recording, it's a wake-up call. Remember, every tremble, every pause, every secret you've held, they're all part of your journey, your growth, your power, And hey, don't just watch. Leave a comment, share your story, your truth. Because this isn't just my story, it's your story too. Wow, you're the ones making this journey alive. Your courage, your honesty, your vibe, it's everything. So take this moment, lock it in your mind, replay it, let it change the way you see yourself. Because the next time your voice speaks, it'll be stronger, sharper, and fearless. Yeah, that's right. You're the reason this message exists. Your attention, your energy, it fuels everything. Thank you for staying. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being brave enough to face the truth along with me. And remember, your voice, your silence, your power, it's yours to own forever.